Good to see you.
Alright, Revenants, welcome back to the Road to 100, and we are here today in the Howling Pit, and as you can see here, we haven't been through here yet, but this place is fairly massive, and it has a whole lot of little estuaries that are kind of located off to the sides and everything here that you kind of need to go through in order to run this place as a 100% run. So we will be running Weimer, and we will be running all the gift accelerators that we can possibly get in a normal, regular standing run. Now we will be paired up here with all the crush gifts that we can possibly go for that are massive damage, and we will have Disremember hopefully on deck to make sure that we go for the reset on our massive nukes here. And also we will be going for the Devour Sub-Zero Shroud, as that gives us a pretty high Ichor regeneration, around 11 on a backstab if we so get it. We still have a very high dark value, but the highest we can go for is 1854 here with the intensified, and fairly high with 1819 with the fortified. But the nice thing about the Sub-Zero Devour is that if we go for the Ruinous Chevalier, it is 75 less than the Sub-Zero Shroud Devour, but it has higher Ichor usage, and as you see there, we don't really benefit too much from the weight class, as we are right there still at the normal mobility on the Broadsword Devour. So this will be a nice healthy balance of drain rating paired with Dark Gift ability, since that's everything we're going to be going for. So here in the Howling Pit, the best course of action is to head on over here and then always follow the right wall. Just continuously follow the right wall, and you can run over here, and you'll run into these fellas. But as you can see, we can damage these guys very easily and effectively. And we don't even need any kind of special ability to do any of that. So if you keep hugging the right wall,
We should get a decent view.
you can make your way around this entire area very easily and effectively. Okay, and let's go for this and a drain. Now you hear the squids in the background there, but that's okay. Okay, let's go for this, and we need a backstab. Okay, good. Now the reason this is all okay is because we can just go ahead and crack these guys pretty hard, and we get our first vestige here.
Find something good.
And we can go ahead and pop the signal light here as that goes up. There we go. And that'll kind of just do nothing. You always, if you hug the right side here, you can see that we'll continuously make our way around until you get through the middle. But we'll bypass the middle, and we'll just continually going around the entire area here. And we'll have to kind of make our way through the center and everything, as this is all very dangerous. Okay. Now let's go for a couple of gifts here. Now these guys are dangerous, but they're also a good source of Ichor. As you see there, we get about 2 on a slash, which is really good. And since we have normal mobility, we can kind of hop around at ease here. And we want to get as much Ichor back as possible. Okay, so let's head on over here and see what we can find. Let's get this guy.
Thanks.
There we go. And we'll go for the blocking. This guy thought he could sneak up on us. And there's a squid coming here. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, couldn't get a drain. Okay. Now the sprinter here, it reduces our stamina consumption, and as you can see, we have a really long way to run around, and so it here in Howling Pit, this is actually a really good use case for a sprinter. So there's the mistle, and that would reveal like this half of the map here, and so that's why we continuously go for these gifts here. Oh, there we go. And we'll hit him with an ice. There we go. So these fellas are weak to ice and blood, as you saw there. Okay, so let's go ahead and pierce this guy. And let's go for a backstab here if we can get it. There we go. Good. So as you can see there, that's a good way to test for elemental weaknesses, as we hit these guys with a blood and an ice and a lightning, all of the same power and value, and obviously the lightning was a little bit less than the ice and blood. So if we go for another blood crush, we can go for elder contract. So that's kind of how you can build effectively and easily. Okay, there we go. There we go, and we'll go for a backstab if we can get it here. Nope. Hey, come on. Come on. Oh, good grief. Okay, I guess we'll go for a kill here. And we just continually make our way around the right side. And you will come to this area, and we'll go for an elder contract. As you can see there, we do really good damage. And we get pretty good ichor return every time we swing our sword. Now here we get this fella. Whoa! Apparently that was a a much longer reach than this fella had than I was anticipating. Now this is where you would want to go for the lightning damage, since this fella is weak to lightning. But since we have pretty big firepower coupled up here with all of our things, we can switch out Elder Contract for Rage of Perkunas. So here's another Atlas Vestige that we need to pick up. So let's go ahead and heal. 1 and 2. Okay. Not too bad so far. Now there are other folks that could be lurking here in these little side alleyways and such. But if you just continually go around the right side of the entire area, you can get a perfect run pretty much, and see we've got all the enemies as we've been hugging the right side of the map. Okay, so we'll go ahead and head through here, and then we'll continue on to the right side here. And as you see, Sprinter definitely helps us out. Okay, we'll do this and this, so we can let this fella attack us. Oh, well, if he's going to do that, then we definitely will get some ichor back here. And if he goes ahead and attacks, or we'll go for a backstab, we have a perfect block on the broadsword, so it makes for a really good parry. And we get another regen extension factor. So let's go ahead and use one, as you would be using it anyways right here. So we'll go ahead and use one. There we go. Good. So now we got an extra. And again, you can run through the middle here and everything, but it doesn't really matter. But as long as you continually go down the right side of the entire map, you will hit everything that you need to that's of importance. So as you can see here, nothing of importance except this fella. So we'll kill him, since we don't want to deal with him. And it makes it a little bit easier for us as we head on into the next area here. And here's this fella. Whoops. Whoops. I don't know how he was hitting us, but that was interesting. And we'll go ahead and block. Okay, Eva killed him. That's very, very good. See, now we are right here at the middle of the map, and this is how you can move into the next area easily and effectively. Oh, good. And because we've continually been following the right side of the map, it is very easy to continue getting through here and collecting everything. Now it gets a little bit confusing here as you make your way past this area and into some of the other areas. because you'll need to deviate from the right side collection of everything, as this will be a little bit of that area. Let's let this fella go ahead and stand up so we can get a backstab, because we need Ichor in a pretty bad way. Okay, let's go for a blood-sucking blades. Let's go for another backstab, as we have very, very high dark value. Blood-sucking blades is a great use case for us here. Okay, and we can head up here. No, but it will definitely help us with this fella, as we can do this, and we'll go for this, and we'll go for a Rage of Perkunas. As you can see, that does really good damage. 9,000 is pretty good, and we'll go for an ice. As you can see there, it did more damage, or the lightning did more damage than the ice. So these fellas, you want to be going for fire or lightning. My goodness, I'm getting my elements all mixed up here. Okay, so we lit the other fire spire, and as you can see, we're still in the bottom half here of the what is this? The Howling Pit. And as we don't want to be losing a whole lot of stamina to running, that's where Sprinter helps us considerably, as we aren't losing a whole lot of stamina from running, but we're using it to do our sword strikes. Ugh, words are hard. Okay, so let's head on this way, as we would be continually running around the right side, and we might actually get a little lost or something, so this is a good way to see how to go through here. Okay, and we got this fella, so we'll kill him. So this kind of ruins the immersion of the Howling Pit, as you just kind of one-shot everything and everyone, which is fantastic. It's a wonderful way to experience the Howling Pit, simply because you can do so much damage instantly to so many enemies. Okay, and we'll pick this up, and we'll go for this little fella. Let's go for a drain. Good. Okay, and if you'll notice, even as we get to here, we are right here where we started the entire map. So we are right back to the beginning, which is good. That means we made a complete sweep around here. Let's kill this guy. And that means that there shouldn't be anybody else lurking around that we don't want to have them ambush us, unlike this fella, I guess. So we'll hit him. Okay. And that's why you need to have several gifts available, and while at the same time being able to recover Ichor very, very quickly and very, very effectively. So this is where you can kind of see that having Sprinter is very, very good for this area specifically, as you can constantly cross back on yourself, and this is kind of like a switchback mountain almost in a way. So let's go for a backstab here if we can get it, and this will allow our stamina to rebuild, and we'll go for a freezing roar. There we go. Okay, and we'll go for another backstab here, and this is why we go for high Ichor recovery, as we definitely have some issues here. So let's block. Oh, let's block. I'm not. Okay, Eva's just stagger locking the ever-living daylights out of this fella. I can't see anything. There we go. Okay. My goodness, this guy's pretty ridiculous. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue here, and we'll go ahead and clean up the rest of the area here. So that would be my recommendation if you're running the area here, that you can kind of fill in the gaps here and run the switchbacks on themselves, but to make sure that you've covered everywhere in the map, and that you've killed everyone, and you've kind of run the full 100% through here but Sprinter is an invaluable gift in this area, simply because there's so much running and this area is so big. So let's kill that fella. Alright, and we'll go for a gift prowess. And again, I mean, you can use the run on the right method everywhere through here. And now we're going to be doing the interior to see what we can see. And as you see, oh, there's always little guys lurking in the shallow parts. So we'll go for a kill on this fella. Now, Freezing Roar is not usually an overpowered gift. However, in this area, since these guys are weak to Ice Crush, we definitely can make use of it. And we'll continually head onwards with our right directional abilities here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some Ichor here. Okay, whoops. But as you see, we have really good defenses because of the slash is our highest defense, and these fellas do really heavy slash damage to us. So we definitely don't want to be taking those damage when we have the opportunity to get hit. And Sprinter is, like I said, it really shines in this area of the depths. Okay, so let's go for blocking. Okay, and we'll kill him. And we come up here to this chest.
Find something good.
Oh, he died on there. So the GXM variant is a Claw Veil, and it is a pretty good damaging veil. So let's kill him. And again, we continually hug the right side of the screen, or right side of the map, and this will kind of guarantee us that we pick up everyone, and we pick up all the items as well. Okay, and we'll head on over here, as now we have balls that we come across, and here is a covey of the what are these? The slugs? Okay. I guess a covey is not the right word, but I don't know what these things are, so I don't know what a group of them would be. But here is the missile, and we can kill the balls easily and effectively. So as you can see here, hugging the right side just makes it a really good run around the entire area here. Okay, now we need to get some Ichor. There we go. And we'll continue running. Okay, another ball. There we go. And because Freezing Roar is less Ichor by a considerable amount, we go for Freezing Roar whenever possible. Okay. Okay, and we'll go ahead and slash this thing down again and recover a good amount of Ichor from it. And while we're here, we'll go for a Baba Yaga's Gaze and kill this fella, as we don't want to mess with them if we don't have to. There's no reason to, so we'll kill this fella. And you can see that the usefulness of a one-shot on these guys is very apparent. Okay, so now we are out of Ichor here, so we'll head on into the big fella here. Whoops. And as you see, we don't have Eva's we don't have an ability to recover Eva if she goes down, so we have to kill these fellas quick. Let's go for a launch while we can, since we want to kill this fella. Okay, let's go for a Freezing Roar and put him down. Good, and now we get access to yet another vestige, sorry, the Assassin Core, which is a pretty interesting blood code, if I do say so myself. Okay, and now we continue to head on over this way so we can see this fella, and we'll go ahead and put him down. And again, the one-shotness of this entire area is very apparent and very useful. Okay, so we'll head on over this way. I don't think there's anybody over there, so we'll I think we got everybody here, right? Yep, okay. So we'll pick up the shiny here.
Find something good.
Good, okay. And we'll head on back this way, continuing down the right side. Okay. And again, you can see that we've been everywhere through the bottom half here. And we've gotten everyone, and we've picked up everything, and we've gotten all the items and everything. So let's head back through the middle. Okay. Can't menu easily and effectively. Now you can see that there are plenty of places for the lost to hide in here, and if you don't have a sprinter, because you're trying to run, I mean, you can walk at this speed. I mean, this is the cool guys don't look at explosions kind of walk, but you know, it gets really cumbersome as yeah, that's right, Eva. It's really hard to walk here, so having sprinter available to be able to run through here is very useful. And we get access to another vestige. And as you see, we are out of ichor altogether. We're back down to 0. And here we have another vestige. And a missile.
We should sit down for a little bit.
We should. I guess we can. We didn't really lose much. And we're still at 60. We're at max ichor available. But we'll go ahead and rest since Eva suggested it. Okay. So the Howling Pit is a pretty long, drawn-out area, and it's very large. But as you can see, you can overcome it fairly quickly and easily. Now we got a little bit of cutscenes here where we get introduced to a new character to our party. And the investigation into the blood springs continues. How are we doing on time? Okay, we're doing pretty good. And there's another giant blood bead on there, which is most excellent.
Alright, I'm currently tracing the spring's flow. Just hold on, give me a moment.
The leaf is covering my face. Bandai, what are you doing?
Wait, what's going on here?
Good question, Yakumo.
We have to go back to the old city ruins. There must be something we missed there.
Back? We just came from there.
Anyway, let's get going.
Ooh.
Searching for blood beads on your own? That's awfully bold.
Listen, no one here wants this to turn violent, so just hand over your blood beads.
What if we don't want to?
Then I'll take them.
You're too late.
Look at that high definition rock there. Oof. Oh, hello, little person.
A kid?
Get away from Mia! Nicola! What are you doing out here? Because you...
He's on the verge of a frenzy. That's why you want the blood beads, isn't it?
If you lay a finger on him, I'll carve out your heart.
Pretty cool that a blood veil
Here, take this.
is basically part of a revenant.
That's for him. Give it to him, quick.
No! You haven't had anything to drink, Mia. Don't be silly. Go on. It's for you.
Wow, he chugged that quick. I chugged a smoothie today really quick, and
Symptoms aren't fading. Why?
It's not enough, that's all. I just have to find more for him.
gave me a fruit overload, so you can't be too careful drinking fast enough.
Hey, come on. Going out on your own is crazy.
Thanks for your concern, but we'll be all right. Come on, let's go.
So she was definitely thankful that the miasma was taken away because she took her mask off, and then she put it back on when they left to go adventure.
So, I don't think... Yeah, I know. Let's go after them.
Yakumo's attached already. I mean, the guy has, like, attachment issues. He just tried to get killed, and he's like, hey, let's go after him. Which, you know, being a dad, I kind of agree with him. Okay, let's head on over here, pick up another assassin vestige, and we head onwards to the next section. Now, being normal mobility, and as you see, we haven't even used any of our active consumables because we're just paired that correctly for this area. Now, we didn't have enough iCore usually to run Disremember, but that's okay. That's just completely fine. So we'll go for a couple things here since we have this fight with this big fella, and there's no reason to not go for these things since we want to put him down fairly quick. Okay. And let's go for some blocks here. Okay. Now we'll go for a backstab. As you can see here, it's pretty basic of an attack. And we can double ice him pretty quickly and easily and effectively. Okay, so the Freezing Roars, Plasma Roar, Sanguine Roar, and Blazing Roar are all the mini version of the big booms from the Queen Blood Code, which you get as the Rage of Perkunas, Wolfriga's Fire, Vodnik Mass, and Baba Yaga's Gaze, as those are the regular gifts, or those are the big gifts, and the roars are the small gifts. But you get access to the roars from the very beginning of the game, so they're very useful. Okay. Oh. Good job, Eva. Now, the only reason we have Eva coming with us, as this is a pretty good solo build to run through here, is because of the fact that she allows us to have an extra stack of gift accelerator. So again, we get back to our same old way of doing things by going to the right edge of the map, and we'll go for a couple of things here. Good. And we'll do this, so we can kill one of these. Okay, and we'll kill this fella, and we'll kill... Whoops. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, that's a thing. So, since we have health to spare, let's go for a couple of things here. Okay, and there's no reason to not do this here at this point, as we have lots of iCore requirements, and we can go ahead and use some of our health there easily and effectively. Okay, so now we got this fella in here, so let's go for this, and this, and this. Oh, good grief. And he's going to do crazy things over there. Okay, and we'll go around this way. We'll see where he goes. Let's see if we can get a backstab. These guys are really hard to get backstabs on. Okay. And there we go. And we picked up the key and everything, so we'll continue around the right side here. And we come up into this pocket where we get this fella. And we get a backstab on him. And we go for a Rage of Perkunas. There we go. And we go for more backstabs if we can get him, as he's just so big and so easy to manipulate where he goes, but if he hits you, it's kind of all over. And you think this might be some big thing, but it's just an awake. So he's really guarding nothing. There's really no reason to go over there and attack him. But, whoops. Okay. There we go. Now we're almost poisoned, so that's really, really bad. We definitely don't want to get poisoned in enhanced difficulty, as it definitely does so much more damage because it's percentage based on the player, and you definitely don't want to be taking poison damage. Okay, so this is this area, and there's nothing here in the interior. It's just open space, and they kind of do this to confuse you into thinking that there might be something extra here that you might need, but there's really nothing here. So as you can see, we've done the right side area here, and we'll continue up into this area. Okay, so we're still doing fairly well. And disremember is only in the event that we get into real serious trouble, and we need to, and we have enough ichor on us that we can go for some damaging buffs, or some damaging abilities very quickly and easily. Okay, so let's stay back here, and let's go for a gift accelerator and a drain activator, as we can do this and this. Good. And we'll make him come down here. Okay, and we'll make him drop down, and we were still hitting him, so that's why we do that. And we can just go for a what is that? A freezing roar easily and quickly. And see, up here, there's nothing. But if we continue again around the right side, you'll see that's a recurring theme of everywhere we go here. And here's a vestige for the assassin blood code, and we'll continue on. So we've picked up everything we can so far throughout the area here. Now here's just more area space over here. No big reason for it. Okay, and this fella across the way, we definitely want to hit him. And we've got another ball here. So freezing roar might come off cooldown. There we go. And we'll go ahead and kill this. Good. And we'll go for a mobility enhancer, and we'll go for a drain activator, and a stamina activator there, or a step booster. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. We will go for a freezing roar on this. Okay. And we'll go for yep, and this is where the little poison fellas get you. So we'll kill one there. Whoops. Okay, I'm not sure what this fella is doing here. Let's go for a backstab if we can. Hopefully Eva kills that squid over there. Looks like she's trying to. So we'll go for a burst on this fella. Good. And did she kill the... Yeah, she killed the squid. That's very good. Okay, so now we collect our items here. We'll head up here, and we get the prayer shawl. Very good. Okay, so now we've completed about, let's see, 3/4 of the area, which is really good. And as you've seen, we haven't had too much trouble, and we've been able to keep up with the damage output required. And we've had some damage taken here recently, and so we're kind of running out of heals, but that's okay, as we are coming up to the final part where we will pick up everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal here. And we'll go for this, and blood-sucking blades, and sure, we'll go for steady bulwark. Now, the reason we go for steady bulwark is because it helps us in the event that somebody wants to attack us. So again, we continue around the right side here, and that's good that we got an old world material. Okay, and this fella here is creeping, so definitely take care of him quickly. And as you see here, that was a misclick. There's nothing here, and except here we got this fella. So we send him off the edge, and we get the last Atlas, vestige. As you can see here, Atlas A, B, C, D. So we picked up all the Atlas vestiges, and we're...
You're a quick one.
Oh, that was Eva. Okay, that scared me there for a second. And we come over here, and there's nobody creeping here as of yet, but we got this fella. So let's go ahead and put him down. Good. And we'll head on over here, around the lamp, and back to the area here where we first started. Okay, so pretty good. And this is just another pathway there. Nothing there of interest. We'll head on over here. Oops, almost fell off the edge there. Okay, and that fella is gonna try and attack us. And oh, we missed our chance there to push him down. Good. Okay, so we just push him off the edge, and that solves our light work for us. Now there's a little area here, but this fella is gonna try and come up, so we'll just cut him off the edge. So there's a lot of these guys in here that think they're pretty sneaky and spooky and everything to sneak up on you, and but it really doesn't change anything. Okay, so we got this guy here. Good, and we'll put him down, as he definitely will ruin your day. We'll put that guy down, so we can go across the bridge here easily and effectively. So we've got this little outcropping here, which doesn't do anything for you either. So this area is very, very problematic, to say the least, as you can be in a pretty bad way very quickly. Oh, this fella's moving. Yeah, we want to get him off the edge. Oh, gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so now we got this big fella over here, and we'll use our last drain activator. Okay. And we'll go for a backstab, and then we'll hit him with a Rage of Perkunis, as that is exactly what he needs to have at this point in his life. And we'll go for another backstab, and we'll hit him with a Freezing Roar. Actually, we'll just go for some slashes here. And we get the Hanamakuro in this chest right here, +4, +3. And we'll head on up to the last area. Okay, and as you can see here, we've gotten everything, and we have one little last section here to head into, and then we get into the fight with the executioner. So it should be kind of interesting. We'll see how we do, as all of our gifts here are exceptional against her. But we're going to have an Ichor recovery problem, so we'll have to pay attention to that as she takes crush damage to Ice Lightning Blood, as that is the weakness of the area, Ice Lightning Blood and crush, and so it's important to understand that before you continue on with her. Okay, I think let's see. Well, maybe we don't need Disremember. Maybe we'll go for Eva's Communal. We'll have to see how this goes, as there's not really anything stopping us or preventing us from using Disremember, and it'll be kind of problematic as it costs a lot of Ichor, and we're not going to be attacking her very much. But since this will be this fight, we should go for the either the intensified or the more defense. Let's go for the intensified, because we're not going to be doing backstabs against her, but we'll definitely keep the broadsword for Ichor regeneration. Blocking, we won't be blocking, so I guess we'll go for more Ichor regen, and let's see. Okay, I guess we can go for gift extension, and we'll see how this runs with this set here. And as you see, we're still normal mobility, so when we use a mobility enhancer, we are still able to dodge effectively. So here's the last missile of the area. So let's go ahead and get our things going here. And we'll go for the items as well, as we have to watch the cutscene, so it may preserve our items. So here we go. Let's go ahead and drink some water while we watch her jump in and make a splash.
Where'd he run off to?
Mm-hmm.
These ashes are the boys. Something's coming.
Oh yeah, something is coming. This reminds me of Star Wars. when they're in the trash compactor. A very nice assassin sickle. Oh boy. Very interesting entrance, considerably. Okay, now all things considered, we have the upper hand, but now the actual ability of the fight comes to play. So we'll see how we do. Okay. Okay. Let's get some ichor here. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's get some ichor if we can. Oops. There we go. Let's go for some attacks here. Okay, and let's back up. Now we'll go for a freezing roar. Okay, now our gifts are coming off a cooldown, which is good. He's gonna slide. Whoops, I dodged right into that accidentally. Let's go for this. Okay. Okay, and we'll go for Baba Yaga's Gaze. Now we need to get some attacks on her. And, whoops, oh, I was going to say we need to get some attacks so we can hit her with a freezing roar and end it. That was kind of a disheartening end. But as you can see, the gifts that we have paired up here, because we are doing exactly her weakness very effectively, very quickly. We definitely have the upper hand in the fact that we're doing the crush damage when we need to. And as she's transitioning, it's a great time to load up on ichor, as we can do the ichor blitz kind of, and spend everything in the first wave and then hit her with everything in the second wave. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. It was a good first attempt there. And as you see from our broadsword devour, we're getting exceptional ichor regeneration. Okay, now this shouldn't be any kind of death loop set here, but because she is actually kind of easy when you're paired correctly. Oops. Okay. And if you continually dodge left, you can do a ton of evades. Okay. There we go. Let's back up and heal. Okay, let's go for freezing roar. Okay. And now our gifts are off cooldown. Oh, come on. I was away. There we go. And that should end it. Oh, nope, not quite. There we go. Oh my goodness. What is this? There we go. Oh man. So as you see, blood, ice, lightning, and it ends her pretty quickly, especially if it's crush, as she has very extreme weakness to crush. Okay, now we find out a little bit of sadness here from Mia's perspective. Very cool background.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm. But, uh-oh, she's holding it now. And we know what happens. It drops her pretty quick, but we were Johnny on the spot there to pick it up for her. Now, if you noticed in the last cutscene, Mia's eyes turned red, so she must have been paired up with Nicola in her communal blood awakening when she attacked us, because her eyes were glowing red. So maybe she was. Maybe that's just a different idea.
Mia, I'll be back.
Sorry, but it's time.
You shouldn't sleep so late, you know.
Okay. Had to drink some water there. Ooh. Very cool effect there.
She's gonna be mad at me.
Hmm. This kid sure knows the meaning of sacrifice.
I want to keep you safe.
And it's interesting now that the cutscene now displays Jack's name. So now we know that the hunter is Jack, the successor of the Eye, the Watcher. Now we're in a icy place, and we can't run, we can't do nothing. So remember this icy place as it becomes apparent, as you've already seen multiple times, 10 times through the channel here, as we know where this is. Hello, Louie.
I think that memory was from the boy.
Yep.
What exactly was going on?
Well,
A snowy mountain. Is something there?
oh yeah.
You saw who was there with the kid, right? How do you think those two know each other? What the hell is going on?
Well, more answers will be coming, Yakumo, don't worry. And you'll get your share of what's actually going on later on. Okay, so very interesting that they keep talking about going somewhere and can you survive it and so on and so forth. And you remember that big globe at the Despot's area? So we're kind of putting all the pieces together here with what Cruz said at the beginning, what happened with her, and how Louis and Karen died together at the hands of the Queen, who used to be Cruz.
What was all of that? Damn. She's losing herself. She needs blood, please.
Yeah, and you gave them all to
Then we're going back to base.
self-important revenant. You gave them all to him. You gave him a huge bag before you got down here, remember? Oh, Louis. See, when you put your heart in front of science, sometimes it can be a bad thing, but you definitely have to remember that people are people, and, making a logical, rational decision sometimes is, not the right one, or if it is the right one, it definitely won't earn you any respect from those around you. So Louis had a decision to make there with the self-important revenant, and he made that choice based on heart rather than on logic, as Yakumo kind of reminded him of that. So interesting that if we wouldn't have given up the bag, we would have had it here. Yeah, that's just kind of
Mia.
me.
Nicola, are you there? I'll be back. Wait, let me go with you.
So Mia is 18.
You shouldn't sleep so late, you know.
And Nicola, I believe, is 7.
Where?
See, now we saw something like that globe-ish like thing. Remember at the Despot's area. So
Where am I? Nicola! Wait!
now, very intriguing that there's mountains of frozen wasteland in Vane.
I want to keep Mia safe. Don't go, Nicola!
Poor Mia. She's living the best life she knows how, with the kind of the lies that are in front of her. Doesn't that happen to us sometimes, though? We live based on our reality, but sometimes our reality can be a lie based on other things that are happening around us. Interesting how Bandai is kind of pulling all this into a game. Yep, well, kind of a dream. And here's Rin, watching over her. As we find out later, she's an exceptionally loyal person. And she is a very, very extremely good commander. So she knows how to handle herself, and when she becomes attached to someone, she definitely does not let them out of her sight.
But that means...
So again, Rin being 16, she's just an amazing 16-year-old. It's crazy they put all those qualities into her at such a young age. And Mia's just free to walk around here, as they were worried about her frenzying, and now she's just allowed to walk around.
This place...
So it might be interesting, they show you the map here. Might be interesting in Code Vein 2 if they do it, to have it like open world. An open world Souls game. I mean, it reminds me of, like, you know...
What exactly is going on here anyway? Why does every blood vein we find lead back to the old city ruins?
It's a good question.
The key to finding the source is there. That's all I can say for certain.
Sure. We've been everywhere we can...
Try here.
Mm-hmm.
You know the statue of the goddess in the ruins? There's a mechanism inside of it.
Why didn't we check that when we were there?
So that's our ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, are you sure you should be up and about?
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry for causing you so much trouble. I'm fine now. I hope I'll get a chance to repay you.
Don't worry.
That information is more than enough.
Yeah, Blood Awakening is awesome, too.
There's a favor I'd like to ask.
Can you imagine Oblivion with souls? Oblivion souls?
I'd like you to tell me how to get here. Please, it's really important to me. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Still don't have a Crush Veil, Bandai.
I'd love to tell you. If I knew.
Because I could do a Crush Veil
Not sure of the path
on the
there
Executioner.
myself. Other than that, it's sealed off by my asthma.
Ah, but we have an exceptional
I see.
tool.
Sorry, I don't mean to make demands of you.
It's not impossible, though.
That's right.
We were able to pass through the miasma. Thanks to our friend here.
That's right. Not everyone has a
Decide to
golden
stay with
angel.
us, I'm sure we'll find the way to your snowy mountain eventually.
Of course, you would need to help us out with our objective first.
I'm glad to do whatever you need me to. As long as I end up reaching my destination.
Look at Yakumo bartering
We
his
have a deal.
bartering deals and
Gonna help you along.
wagers. That's very good.
Likewise.
Well, great. I guess that's settled then. You are now officially one of our friends.
Contractual friends.
Friends?
I'm Yakumo. This brainiac here is Louis. And... Huh? Where'd Murasame and Io get to?
I mean, if that's okay.
It is.
Actually, I don't think we've gotten your name yet.
Oh, I'm Mia Karnstein. And I'm good in a fight if you guys ever need the help.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you sure did a number on Yakumo.
Seriously, that really hurts. Glad to have you on our side, man.
You know, sometimes a more formal introduction to being friends might be a good way to go about it. So everybody knows everybody's intentions. I mean, look, now she knows exactly where she stands with each one of these people. So, how's that I mean, it's kind of cringy. It's kind of weird. But isn't that a good thing that you actually know where you stand with the people around you? Hi, Io. Rather than second guessing and trying to figure it out and not understanding what you mean to those around you. I mean, this way, it's very clear.
There. Mountain of gear has been conquered. Everyone's stuff is fixed up and ready to go.
She's still wearing her
Angel
mask.
Murasame? Sorry we're always piling up the work on you.
Well, you'll find the source for sure this time, right? I look forward to hearing your report when you get back.
I like the variety of hair colors they've given through
Look at all
everybody.
this stuff. Did you gather it yourself?
Oh, you're feeling better. That's great. I was worried about you. Hey, you and I are about the same age, aren't we? We're gonna be besties, I can tell.
She moved Yakumo out of the way
She's
like he
that
was
with
nothing.
everyone. Just smile and nod and it'll be fine.
I wonder what those clippy things are on Io's fingers.
Now, those aren't for you, Io. We wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Do those help her with something?
That's right. No need to rush recklessly into battle. There are people waiting for us at home after all.
See, everybody's got a particular hair color.
And without them, well, where would we be?
That's right.
Oh, Yakumo looks sad.
Well, he's actually able to pick up a memory. That's not something Revenants can do
Give me a break.
effectively and easily.
And don't look at me like that. It's no big deal, okay? My friends are important. They're like family to me. My friends were all scattered after the Great Collapse. I don't even know if any of them survived.
Well, no.
But every time we go somewhere new, I keep an eye out for them.
Well, that's nice of you. But sorry to bust your
Anyway,
bubble, buddy.
I count myself lucky. I went through some really nasty rejections back when I became a revenant. Honestly, I was right on the brink of losing myself. It was my friends that pulled me back, kept me safe.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of sentimental fools. I'll keep them safe, no matter what happens.
Your picture or their memory?
That's how much my friends mean to me. And now I've got 3 more sheep to look after. A man's work is never done. So just don't worry about it.
Oh, but Yakumo, you just said that's what friends do. Our character's having fun. Look, she smiled. Maybe she's talking? Oh, she's laughing.
Well, you're in awfully high spirits.
What do you mean?
Normally, you've got eyes like a dead fish. But now, you actually seem alive for once.
Well, he's getting a lot more information.
I'm just glad you found some friends to cheer you up.
And since he's a scientist, that actually appeals to him.
Friends.
See, Louis having a hard time remembering things too. So any new information that he
I
gets,
suppose you're right.
he definitely appreciates it. So it's kind of a endearing cutscene here to show you that you're all kind of getting along, as you've completed now all the basic sections of the game, and we're ready to head into the real pain of the game.
It looks like everyone has gone to rest. It seems more cheerful here now. The
Yep.
atmosphere has brightened a lot since we first came.
Well, you have hope again.
You have the strength to overcome any obstacle in your path. A curious individual indeed.
Hope is a wonderful thing.
Recently, I've been puzzled. If it is possible, I want to stay with you, just like the others.
Mm-mm.
I am unable to fight, so I would only put you in danger. I have to continue doing what I must. That much I am sure of.
Well, you will think
There's
differently
something that confuses
in a
me.
little bit.
It's a strange sensation that wells up from within me. What is it?
I guess frustration.
I'm not sure. It's a feeling as though something is pushing me.
Hmm. Okay, so there's a couple of different outcomes there that you can pick with EO, and she says different lines, but as you see there, it's not anything that would change anything.
Sorry for first. That should put you on the...
There we go, and we can now pair up with Mia here, and we can give her teas if we want to,
Let me know if you need me.
and we go ahead and talk to her.
Thank you. You really saved me.
Oh, that's it? Okay. So there we go. And now we will be heading on into the craziest part of the entire 100% run here. And hopefully that helped you and interested you for the set here in the Howling Pit. And we'll be continuing on in the next episode. And thank you, everyone. And stay safe and stay healthy. And we'll see you in the next one.